Our ship is turned around now, and one of the viewers sort of reminded me, I guess, that what I should have done before we glued this piece onto the deck here, I should have glued these things in place right here. There's one goes here, one goes here, and two on the other side that are slightly larger. These ones here, they go on the other side. Now it would have been a lot easier because I could have just laid this piece on its side and then just dropped them down. Now when I try to put them in place, they're going to want to have a tendency to fall off. However, while I was sitting here feeling sorry for myself, I thought, I wonder, would it be possible to just tilt this whole ship on its side, and then it might stay in the, in its dry dock, or whatever we want to call it, the cradle. Maybe if I move it right down closer this way, so it's, it's going to be up against the supports. And let's just try that. Let's see if I can't put this back in the tin. Let's just see if we can't do that, and then I can, drop it down on the other side, and it'll just stay there. Okay, here we go. Very slowly and very carefully here. Oh, gotta make a little bit more room at the end here. Well, that wasn't very good planning, was it? Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, that wants to stay in there really well. I'd have to pull on it to get it to come out. Okay, now we can drop our little pieces down. All right, I don't feel quite so stupid now. Okay, let's just sort of do a dry run here. I don't see why that wouldn't work. Now, are these tweezers too wide, or? I think I'll just move the camera out of the way a little bit and wiggle them into place, and maybe I'll use some CA thin from the well, I guess it wouldn't really matter. This is going to be covered, completely covered, so I could actually bring the CA thin in from this side and I wouldn't need to worry about seeing it. Okay, I do believe it's sitting right in the little holes that it's supposed to. And I was thinking afterwards maybe we could just use the CA medium here. A little bit there, a little bit there. Ooh, I'm not doing a very good job, am I? Okay. We'll just let that wick its way in. And while that's wicking its way in, I got something else I want to do. Now, you remember yesterday I was kind of complaining about the holes in these little blocks, at least some of them, that they seem to be a little bit too small, and that it would, be nice if I could slip these down a lot easier. And like this one is actually quite tight. And anyway, the more I thought about it, the more I was remembering, I drilled these out twice. Why didn't I drill it out bigger when I did it the second time? Then I was thinking, why did I do it twice? It's going to be the third time now that I've drilled these out. Well, then I remembered. The first time, I only drilled the hole in deep enough so that this spindle would go up inside, and then this part was going to be flat. And then I found that it was difficult to be able to center the small part if you couldn't see the hole. So that's why I hauled them all back down into the workshop and drilled them a second time. It's really too bad that I didn't just, enlarge the hole as well as drilling it out deeper. Anyway, so this is 278 thousandths approximately. Yeah, 278 thousandths. Okay, I'll just remember that. I'll find a bit that's about a 64th of an inch bigger than that. Okay, they're drilled out. I drilled them out 1/64th of an inch bigger than I did the last time. And it better work. I just brought them up from the basement. Oh, perfect. Oh yeah, that's going to be so much better. Okay, back to the ship. We are almost done step 6 here. Just got to flip this thing over and glue these other two little pieces on the other side. Then we'll be at step 7 when we can put our little small parts down. However, I was just checking my comments, and one of the viewers said that when you get to step 68, which is way in the back here, I don't know when we'll be at 68, but when we do, he said when it comes to the rocket launchers, it says make 4. Well, he said make 5. So I'm just going to change that here. Okay, because a year from now, I might forget that he suggested that. Now I'm hoping that there are enough parts to make 5. There probably is, or he wouldn't have said so. So yeah, I guess there's. I guess when it comes to putting the rocket launchers down on the deck, which will probably be right here in 74. I haven't checked yet, so I don't know. I could count them and see if it looks like there's 5. Oh my goodness, we've got a lot of work ahead of us, don't we? Okay. Back to step 6 and 7. Let's get this flipped over and get the other two little pieces on the other side. Okay, we are flipped over. And I'll straighten these around in the right place in a minute. Now, one of the viewers mentioned that Mr. Color leveling fluid that I'd ordered yesterday, it is lacquer based, or he indicated that it had a very strong smell. I don't remember seeing flammable on the bottle, but maybe I didn't read carefully. I think if I had known it was lacquer, I probably would not have ordered it. I did not realize it, but the little camera that I just turned on right now, it stopped after 39 seconds. And I thought I was being watched, so a lot of what I'm about to say isn't going to make a whole lot of sense, because I was going to do my two-camera thing. I guess that's it for our extra camera, and it's the sort of thing I can't retake because it's already glued. Can't glue it twice. Well, I guess I could fake it, but it'd probably be pretty obvious. I don't like to do retakes, and I hate those phony reenactments. Okay, let's see if we can increase our depth of field here. Right now we're wide open at f4.8. And as we stop it down, you'll notice that the background and the foreground become sharper. However, we've jumped all the way up to ISO 4500, which is a little bit on the grainy side. So I'm going to attempt to reduce that here. Okay, we're down to 1600, which is very acceptable, especially with this sensor. Now the whole thing should look pretty sharp there. Alright. Now, being as that I am so close to the camera, I have to almost whisper. Otherwise what's going to happen is the amplifier is going to overload. Come on. Almost there. Okay, I think I got it. Now this time I'm going to see if I can put maybe a little less of our CA glue on. No, I didn't. But that's more than enough. Okay, we'll let that cure and see what we got. Now, I was just about to say we are done with step 6 here, because we got these pieces glued down, we got these pieces put on. But I was noticing that these air intakes, the grill work, is dark. And I was just wondering what would happen if I was to put just try a place like right here, that's right here, where we're not going to be able to see it anyway. If I was to try the Panaline accent stuff that I've had for a year and a half and was kind of disappointed in. Now, I do realize that I should have sprayed the sides of these with a gloss paint. And then did the Panaline, and then put the flat over top. I know. I'm just sort of curious. Why don't we just try, put the macro lens back on, and we'll just put a little tiny bit right here and see what happens. Is it going to creep into the sides of the superstructure because we have just flat paint here? Well, there's really only one way to find out, and that's to try it. I don't think I have anything to lose here, as long as I don't accidentally spill it and make a big mess and it just shoots right out to the sides, and then I gotta try and wipe it off and repaint or something, but I don't think we'll do that. I think we can be careful. Okay, this is the stuff I'm talking about. I bought this even before we got the Bismarck, when I was getting stuff that I thought we might need. I'd been watching a bunch of videos and people were using this, and they seemed to be pretty successful, and I don't think I fully grasped the concept that you couldn't just put it on flat paint and it was going to work. Anyway, let's just try it right here where it's not going to be seen. The reason it's not going to be seen is because this whole thing is blocking it. Yeah. Okay, let's not put too much on here. No, it's not going to work. You can see it wicking into the sides. Well, there's no use putting any more on because it's just going to... Well, we know who the moron is, don't we? Just trying to get rid of some of the excess there. Noticing I got a little scrape or something here on the deck. I wonder what that's all about. Or is that maybe part of the molding? Oh, you know what? That's the way the deck is. Okay. I think we're through with this for a while. Oh, I just realized something as I was carrying it away here. That's not true. We got those round turret base things to go right there. May as well glue them on right now. Remember, I always do a dry run. Yeah, it's going to be alright. And we'll use our CA medium. I don't think I need to put anything on it. Now let's try and be a little bit more delicate here if we can. I don't care if I get it on the top, I just don't want it oozing around on the deck. Kind of twist it into place there. That's not going anywhere in a minute or two. You know, I cannot believe that I just did this. I put the hull away thinking that these pieces were going to have to go on here yet, and we were going to have to paint all this first, naturally. But they don't. I got to bring the hull back. All of this stuff goes on. What's the matter with me today? Okay, I've got everything to the right orientation here. This is the bow, so that'll make it a little easier. Now, while we're thinking of it, just for the fun of it, let's put the top on here. I know I'm wasting time, but I want to see if that mess I made is hidden. Is it possible to see that? Oh, we got a bit of a tight fit going on here. I wonder why that is. One of the viewers had mentioned something to the effect of that he was having a problem getting this on afterwards. Let's see, what am I doing wrong here? Oh, there we go. Okay, no, it works. Actually, it works quite well. Okay, now I wonder, would we be able to see that mess we made in through that hole? You definitely can't see it this way. I suppose if a person shone a little flashlight or something in there, you could. But I don't think we need to worry about it. And also, this piece does seem to fit really well, so I was worried for a minute though. Okay, now, which one should we do first? What looks like the hardest one? Start with the hardest first. Maybe these ones here. Okay, A18, that's this one. So it's going to go on the other side. And 17 then, obviously. Okay, 17 goes right here. I guess we'll use CA again. I'll put the macro lens on and we'll have a little bit of fun. Now, have we got that in the right place? 17. Yeah, just goes to the other side of this thing. Okay. Now, speaking of macro lens, just a little while ago I had to spend about half an hour or so trying to clean little paint droplets off the front of it. Okay, let's see if I use my finger as a steady rest. I can do a better job. Is it coming or is it plugged on me? Okay, here it comes. That's not a better job. That's worse. Put on way too much. Now here's another piece that's really obvious, and it goes right here. Okay, I'm not going to leave it sitting there like that because it might fool me into thinking I'm done, so I'm just going to set it off to the side here like that. But as far as our somebody thought these were ammo boxes, and that makes a lot of sense. Anyway, they're boxes for something. There's the ones that look alike and the ones that don't, so I think the best thing for me to do is get them all in order here. But I realized what my problem is here today, at least right now, why I'm making so many silly mistakes. Gotta go make another one, I guess. And it is getting later in the afternoon, so I think maybe it's a good time to cut this video off. And yeah, thanks for watching. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.